Peace, peace, family. Desiree D. Ray Wise, spiritual healing coach, back for another one. And look, today we are going to be talking about this summer solstice, some secrets you may or may not know that have to do with activating your inner goddess, activating the God that dwells within, activating your essence, your divinity, your power, and how this summer solstice is meant to support us in doing that. All right. So, happy first day of summer. Happy first day of summer. I always love when the seasons change. Hold on, real quick. Let me grab something. Uh, uh, okay. Wanted to grab some cards because when I was contemplating this video and just thinking about what I wanted to say or share with y'all, Spirit had told me to pull a card or two for the family for the summer solstice energy, okay? So that we can there's an overarching idea or meaning or essence of the summer. And then sometimes each summer changes energetically. So think about how summer may feel this year may be different from how it felt last year, in a sense, right? I think last year summer when that fight at the boat happened? Y'all remember in like Alabama or something like that, or Mississippi, one of them real country states like that, when they had that fight at the boat and the guy got hit, the black guy threw his hat up and then another guy came and hit him with a chair. Y'all remember that? That was a very lit time. I think that happened in the summer last year or leading into the summer last year. So, though the energy of summer has a collective energy that is consistent, that is repetitive, that never changes, sometimes with each frequency, with each vibration of a new year, like 2024 being an 8 year, there's a different frequency, there's a different meaning for each specific summer. So, we are going to dive into what the general idea for this summer is and what the overarching spiritual energy and essence of summer. And then when we get into that, we'll know more clearly what our spiritual work is pertaining to this summer. Okay. So go ahead right now. Make sure you like the video. Okay. And then also share the video wherever you share your content at, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or right here on YouTube. Just share it because I just got a good feeling that we are going to receive some powerful insight that we need to know right now for all of our growth and transformation. Okay. So before I get into the essence and the overall energy of summer, I'm just going to pull maybe 2 or 3 cards from this nature oracle deck and from the love oracle deck. In Patreon, Dream and I have been focusing on love, sex, balance, creation. We've been focusing on the sixth energy because we are in the 6th month of the year. And so that's what we've been focusing on. And so we want to, I'm going to use the Nature Oracle deck and the Lovers cards to kind of see what we all in general can be looking forward to this summer. So let's see. All right, God, what do we need to know for this specific summer? That's too many. What do we need to know for this summer, this new season? What's going to be important for all of us collectively? Okay. This is so, okay. All right. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I love that. All right. So, what we just got out right now, the first card that came out for this summer collectively is acceptance of love, acceptance of love, receiving that love, receiving that love. You know, a lot of times we limit our ability to receive love because we are so hyper focused on how it is meant to come in. We delude ourselves to thinking that if the love doesn't look a certain way, then we can't receive it or we can't take it in or it's not real. And oh my God, I just had such a huge wave of revelation over me right now. You know, the way that we receive love or the way that love is being given to us, that is so good. Oh my God. We have to stop limiting our receiving or our reception of love to one way of being. Last week, we talked about understanding your love language, right? Understanding why you want to receive love a certain way based off of what was neglected in your childhood. And so, yes, we see that, we understand that, but you want to know something that is also so good is that sometimes the opposite side of that coin, the opposite side of, let's say, what you didn't receive as a child, sometimes the opposite side of that is what you need, right? So, for example, some of you may have a love language that is of quality time. You need quality time. Maybe when you were growing up, you did not have the opportunity to have one-on-one time with your parents and for them to like pour into you and love on you and nurture you. And so you may go out in life really wanting that attention from somebody, really wanting somebody to dedicate time, energy, and effort with you. But spirit may be saying you may be in a season in your life where the love comes by way of you being alone, where the love comes by way of, your partner saying, yeah, babe, I'm gonna go and do this. You go and do that. Let's spend some time alone. Maybe it's you going and getting a hotel room by yourself, right? Maybe it's you taking yourself out to dinner. Maybe it's you going to a movie by yourself. Maybe it's you doing something by yourself. And that's one of the ways that you are meant to accept love, because in those moments, you get to learn more about yourself. You get to connect with yourself in a deep, sacred, and divine way. So, but in a situation like that, a lot of times we may feel like, oh, this person doesn't love me, or this person isn't doing what I want them to do because they're not loving you in the way that you feel like or the way that you want to be loved. So we have to understand that, yes, we have our love languages. Yes, we have those things that we crave and those things that we desire, but also understand that love can come in other forms that will also serve your highest good. So we got to accept it. And the reason why that card to me feels so aligned is because yes, we're talking about summer. Why did I just froze for a sec. Hopefully it's okay on y'all side. Yes, we're talking about the summer solstice right now, but also I just told y'all that in Patreon for the entire month of June, Dream and I have been posting content specifically around love, relationships, sexuality, creation, manifestation. So love has been a big topic of discussion for us throughout the month of June. And this is so good because we're moving into Cancer season. We're moving into the zodiac sign that is the mother, that is the nurturer, that is a lover. And we're still in Gemini season right now. And Gemini's, the tarot card for Gemini is that of love. So throughout this entire summer, some of the things that we have to be doing is receiving, accepting, and allowing love to be present with us, even if it looks different. So, um, for me, what that looks like is not being limited in my perception of love. Like, we also got to understand that we get to call something love even when it doesn't look like what we're used to. You know, we get to say that's love. So an example of that, right? An example of that. I feel like whenever I pull up to the grocery store and there's a parking spot at the front of the grocery store, that's love for me. That's love for me. That's, to me, that's God looking out for me, not making me have to walk from way over there to get into the store. That's love for me. But what if I pull up to the store one day and there's not a parking spot at the front, right? I still have to tell myself, wow, thank you, God. That's still love. Why is that still love? Maybe I didn't exercise that day. So now taking that longer walk to the front of the store is God loving on me, giving me an opportunity to move my body. It's still love, even though it doesn't look like what I am used to in terms of love, which is that parking spot at the front, right? So that's what we're asked to do this summer. That's a part of what we're asked to do this summer. Accept love in the many ways that it shows up in our lives, but also being able to call something love, speak to love, draw in that love, even when it looks different. Okay. The second card that came out says, be gentle with yourself. Ooh, y'all can't really see it. There we go. Be gentle with yourself this season. Wow. That feels really good as well. That feels really important as well. The concept of being gentle with ourselves. I'm not going to tell you too deeply about why we got to be gentle with ourselves. I'm going to save that card because I want to go into the rest of our the essence of summer before I talk about that one, because that one's going to be very, very interesting. Let's see what we get from this. This card. Listen, this card came in this week on Patreon, reconciliation. So on Patreon, oh God, what a gift. Thank you, God. Every Monday on Patreon, I always do an energy for the week. And this week, that card came out, right? That card came out. Reconciliation came out. And what Spirit was telling me about that energy was that we are going to be making peace with our past. What Spirit was telling me was that as old things, old trials and tribulations, old partners, past partners, exes, old habits, old thought processes, right? As these things are reappearing in our lives, they're giving us an opportunity to make peace, to settle the score, to reconcile. They're giving us the opportunity to deal with and gain closure from things that we felt like we're still harboring, haunting, right? Us, right? And I think that's another reason why this be gentle with yourself is so important, because as these old things are reappearing, the test that we are being faced with is, are we going to respond in the same old way that we were used to, or are we going to accept the love that is present, even though it looks different? Every situation we find ourselves in, no matter how fearful, no matter how traumatizing, no matter what it looks like to our ego, no matter what it looks like to the small self, to our inner self, that grand, expansive, divine part of us sees it all as love. You know, that's why I love the Bible verse. All things work together for those who love the Lord, who have been called according to his purpose. Wow. See, that's really good. And that's so in alignment. And I'm so grateful, because the summer energy is all about leaning into your purpose and sharing that with the world. And I'm going to get more into that right now. Okay. I'm going to get more into that right now. The summer energy is all about shining your light. And in order to shine your light, you have to be in your purpose. You have to be in your magic. You have to be in your power. Okay. So, and that's funny because in the Patreon book club yesterday, shout out to all of our Patreon members. We love y'all. Y'all in Patreon, y'all inspire me and us so much. Like literally the conversations that we be having, it be taking us to the next level, right? It's a mind expansion thing. So yesterday in Patreon, we were talking about, projection versus observation, right? We were talking about when someone says something to us, when someone judges us or criticizes us, when someone calls us something, right? We were talking about how is that thing a projection or is it a genuine observation, right? And it's so in alignment with the energy of the summer solstice, with accepting love and being gentle with ourselves and that reconciliation, because a lot of the projections that people will cast upon us, a lot of the things that people will say about us, right, are things that are coming up from our past. That's why this reconciliation is so important, right? This is so good because in the Patreon yesterday in the book club, I told y'all how a year ago, right? Almost a year ago to the T, Dream, Brother Yosef, and we were online doing a like a pre-build, a pre-conference conversation, talking about how we were preparing for the Mystic Mind Conference. I don't remember what we were talking about at the time, but we were promoting the conference that we were about to have. And a young lady in the comments, yeah, I could tell she got spiritual superiority, right? She thinks that she's all that, right? This is what a young lady commented. And when she did that in that video, in the comments, just like y'all are commenting now here, when she did that in the comments, I noticed it, right? I just kind of peeped game into it. I didn't respond to her. I didn't feel the need to defend myself. I just saw the comment itself. And at that time, I was working on not being offended or not even being flattered by what other people have to say about me, but standing firm in who and what I know about myself, right? That's the work that I was doing at that time. So her comment was so divinely in alignment, right? My old self, my egoic self, my small self would have been offended by what she said because first of all, you don't know me, I don't know you, right? You don't know me, I don't know you. We've never had no one-on-one conversation. I don't even know if you're actually subscribed to my channel, if you know the work that I do, the person that I am. So how are you, through looking on a YouTube video, how are you casting judgment or an opinion on me, but you don't really know me, right? That's the projection, right? So what was happening was her internal reality was casting some sort of image onto me, right? And at that time, I simply observed what was happening, right? The reason why this is coming around full circle for the summer energy, and just like we were talking about in Patreon yesterday, is because I can now choose to accept that comment as a form of love, even though it doesn't look like it, right? Let me see if I can get that too. You see the words acceptance of love, right? I can choose to see that as a form of love for me, right? Because at the end of the day, if I take away all of the fluff of the comment, I'm seeing superiority. I'm seeing superior, right? I'm seeing, above the rest, right? And that's not even like an egoic thing, but if I take away all of the shadowy context of that comment, what she's really saying is that she sees me in high regard. Shout out to the Patreon members for highlighting that yesterday, right? That's me deciding to accept the love within something that was contextualized as something negative, right? So I chose to see it as, oh, well, she must sees me as somebody who has my head held high. I like myself. I love myself, right? I'm that girl, right? She must be seeing the energy of me being that girl. And it's making her uncomfortable. She's saying something about it, but I get to see it as a gift. I get to see it as a form of love, right? Even though to my ego, it doesn't look like it. It looks like hate. But we have to know and understand that love and fear, love and hate, it's all on the same coin. It's just a matter of how you look at it, right? It's just a matter of how you look at it. So that's why this reconciliation is coming into the conversation, because at the end of the day, if I was to be offended by that, and if something like that were to happen again today, right? If something like that were to happen again today, I have to choose, am I going to respond like how my old self would? Feeling bad about it. Why does she think that about me? She doesn't even, just giving it too much energy, just giving it too much time, too much effort, too much thought, right? So this reconciliation is to say there's going to be some old stuff, some past stuff, right? Some past love, some past people, some past challenges, some past thought processes that may show up in this summer. But the reconciliation of it all is for you to come back into the love and the honor of yourself, and to see all of these situations and circumstances as just a great opportunity for you to reinforce your own love, your own honor, your own respect, right? In your own light. That's what this is. The last card that came out says, this could be the one. This could be the one. And wow. What Spirit is saying with that, with the energy of the summer solstice, is that you are the one. You are the one. You are already ready. You are already primed. You have already been prepared. The one you've been looking for, the partnership, the love, the connection that you've been seeking, that you've been needing, you already are it. The romance that you've been needing, the sensuality that you've been desiring, you are already it. And Spirit is asking you in this summer solstice to embrace that. Shout out to the great leader for that 1111. I love that. Yes, 1111. Let me say hey to y'all really quickly. I kind of jumped right on in. PCC, hey, my love. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, I am infinite being. Hey, April. Hey, Shakila. And hey, the great leader. Y'all make sure y'all like and share the video so more people can see this content and receive this wonderful message. All right. Let's get into the summer solstice secret real quick. I want to share this with y'all because wow. Hey Jayla, how you doing, sis? Let me also say this, ladies, I am teaching a live workshop this Saturday. A lot of you have taken some of my classes before, and this one is going to be great too, right? This one is going to be great too. I'm so excited about this class that we're going to be doing. Shout out to all my Cali family. Hey, April. April, I did not even realize that you were in California. Hey. Hey, Jaslyn. Hey, I love all y'all. And all of my people that are on that side of the world, right? The West Coast, right? Like Lindsay is on that side of the world too. So y'all are like just waking up, probably stretching and brushing your teeth and all of that. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. And I hope that this message sets y'all up to have a great, great day. All right. Love that. I know why y'all don't be making it on that 6:45 bill, because it's 4:45 there. So y'all be like, ooh, it's too early. It's too early. That's you still in the witching hours in California or on the West Coast whenever I'm doing those Monday morning 6:45 builds. But hopefully y'all listen back to it so you can still receive that love. All right. So ladies, I know a lot of y'all have taken my classes before and you listen. It's good, right? It's good. You better come get you one of these, okay? Come get you some of this D-Ray love and activation. Okay, so I just dropped the link in the comments, and then I'll be sending out an email and posting it on YouTube and just putting it out there for y'all to join. You need to join this live workshop that is happening on Saturday. Okay, it's absolutely free. It's happening this Saturday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. What is it, Pacific time for all of my people over there on the West Coast. So hopefully y'all can join, and I know it's just going to be a great healing time. All right. Thank you, April. April said, I keep my notifications on on your channel. I love that. I appreciate that. Everybody else, y'all go do the same thing. Go hit that little bell so that you can know when your girl is live, because I'm going live more. I'm going live more, and I'm so excited. So excited. Happy summer solstice for everybody that just came in. Happy summer solstice for those of you who will see this video at a later date or not at a later date, but at a later time and even at a later date. Hey, hey. Let's get into this. And Lindsay, my girl said, I put this before my meditation. Yeah, girl, because the things that we're going to talk about today, you can tune into those things in your meditation. Okay. Minnie Lou Design says, I signed up for it. This is my first one with you. Ooh, yay. Y'all give Minnie Lou Designs a round of applause, a spiritual cheer. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you. I'm so excited to have you. I'm so excited for everybody that is new to the fold, but also to all of my ladies that's been showing up. I'm so excited to serve y'all in this way. And it's so in alignment with the energy. Hey, Divine Bliss. Hey, Violin Girl. Grand Rising to all of y'all. Peace, peace. I am like on a spiritual high this summer solstice, and I'm so excited to share with y'all why. All right. So we're going to get into the why right now. Yes. Look at Violin Girl giving y'all a hand clap. Look at Shakila giving you a hand clap. Yes. The work that I've been doing over the last few months and the last few years, really the last 5 years of consistently teaching women about spiritual healing, divine feminine energy, growth, all of that has been so healing and so transformational for me and for everybody that has been in the space. So I'm so grateful for it. So let's get into these summer solstice secrets for your inner goddess. And, I know I said goddess, but for the brothers that are here, it's for you too. All right. It's for you too. So listen, I was doing some research on summer. Like, what is summer really? Like, because we say these things over and over and over again, but we don't have a very deep, intuitive understanding of what it is. Right. And so I'm peeping through the Bible, and I'm looking through past Bible verses that all talk about summer. And one of the things that is consistently mentioned when you have summer is ripe fruit. Oh my God. Think about a ripe mango. It's so juicy, it's so wet, it's so liquidy, it's just so delicious. Like ripe fruit. Y'all already know when a fruit is ripe, it is just like God, literally. Oh my God. We just love ripe fruit, right? A perfectly ripe pineapple is just the perfect amount of sweetness. A perfectly ripe watermelon is the perfect, vibrant red color. It's the perfect amount of sweetness. Ripe fruit. As I was going through these Bible verses, a lot of them kept on saying, in the summertime is when you gather your ripe fruit. Wow. And when we really sit with that, right, when we really look at that from a spiritual perspective, this summer solstice represents readiness, it represents fully developed. Okay. It represents, it is fit for consumption. Oh my God. It is ready to be received. It is ready for reaping. Summer is the time of ripe fruit. But whenever we're talking about all of these things, we got to equate it to the spirit. We got to equate it to and align it with God that dwells inside of us. And so, what is this saying really? What is this saying really? This ripe fruit, right? We keep going. The word solstice. So, first of all, soul, if we break down the word solstice, the first word we get is soul. Y'all know sun and soul, solar, sun, solar plexus are all one thing. They're all one thing. It's all one big, vibrant energy, the soul and the sun. This is why, and it's so funny because Dream was just talking about this on his video on Tuesday. He was talking about Jason, the Jason months, right? He was talking about Jason, Jesus, right? Um, um, so it's just a beautiful thing when we think about what we've learned in religion and then how we make the correlations on our spirituality. Because what the solstice, right? The stis, STICE, what the solstice is talking about is being stationed. It's being stopped, right? So when we're talking about the summer solstice today, this very day, the summer solstice really speaks to the sun being stopped or stationed for longer. So today, right now, this day, the sun will be out for the longest, right? It's the longest day of sun. And in the winter time, the winter solstice is going to be the longest day of no sun, right? So this is so powerful because what it's actually saying on a spiritual level is that we have to be stationed, we have to be grounded in our own soul. Meaning we have to be firm in who and what we divinely are. The summer solstice is really asking us to reap and bear our own fruit, right? And to know what that fruit is, right? So for me, my fruit is that of healing. Whenever I coach or do consultations or teach classes or do energy readings for people, my message is always going to be about what it is you need to heal mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically about yourself in order for you to come into wholeness with the God that dwells within. My fruit is helping you to heal your relationship with yourself, your higher self, God, to heal your relationship with all things. That is my fruit. That is the fruit that I bear. That is what I give back. Okay. And so, me in this summer solstice is me standing firm in the ripeness and the goodness of that fruit. It's me standing firm in sharing that fruit with y'all. It's me not being moved, not being wavered by the external world when it comes to what I'm meant to give back. So, what we're really talking about is the summer solstice is here to shine a light on our soul's purpose. The summer solstice in the summer season is all about allowing yourself to share the gift of your fruit. It's about knowing why you are here. That's the secret that dwells within the summer solstice. The secret that dwells within the summer solstice is you knowing why you've been called and chosen to fulfill a certain prophecy. And one of the things that has made the world what it is, right? This physical reality that has so much chaos and trauma and drama is that many people don't know the contract that they signed, the karmic contract that they signed, the mission that they are meant to fulfill, the fruit that they are meant to bear and share. First of all, let me say, congratulations to my good sis Brittany, right? One of my good sis Brittany. Um, we actually worked together years ago. Brittany, when you see this video, I want you to leave a comment. We worked together years ago, where she had booked a consultation with me. And in the consultation, I want to say this was probably 2018, 2019. She booked a consultation with me. We did that consultation. And I just told her how so many people she was meant to serve artistically, creatively, whatever. And she went on to do that, and she still does that. But she just posted on Instagram. This was so beautiful. She just posted on Instagram that she is going to be selling fruits and vegetables from her garden. Like, she's literally that girl. She's a gardener. Y'all go follow her on, what's her Instagram page? Y'all go follow her on Instagram, especially if you are in the Louisiana area. If you're in the Louisiana area, go follow Brittany, because sis is literally selling fruit. Let me see her page. Oh, it's called Beautiful. 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 Right? So if you want some fresh organic produce straight out of the sister's garden, she just started selling it. That is so juicy to me. That is so delicious to me. And that is so, I got to tell her how she is so in alignment with the summer solstice. Okay. This energy right now is all about what you are giving back. And so the reason why the world is so chaotic is because people have forgotten about their dharma. People, and see, dharma and karma is not a bad thing. It's a gift. It is such a gift. But a lot of the issue is that people don't know how to rediscover, right? Because it's not lost. In fact, when you feel lost, when you feel stagnant, it's because you don't know what it is you were meant to do, the fruit that you were meant to bear. Okay? But what I want to tell you is that you're already in it right now. You're doing it right now. You can never not be in your purpose. You are your purpose. And I think society and the way that life has conditioned us, I think it forces people to feel like they don't know, or forces people to feel disconnected, right? Because you're going to that job day in and day out and you're not satisfied with it, right? Or maybe because you don't have the amount of money that you want to be making or that you want to have, or maybe because you don't have the amount of notoriety and people knowing about you or the fame, and you feel like you're not in your magic, you're not in your purpose because these physical external things aren't validating it per se, right? But that's an illusion. Your ripe fruit is how you make people feel. Your ripe fruit is how you make people feel. It's how people remember you. And here's the beautiful part. They may not remember your name, but they'll remember the feeling. They may not remember what it is you did, but they'll remember the feeling. And that's most important, because when you cause somebody to feel something, whether that feeling is peace, joy, excitement, laughter, those things shift people energetically and spiritually. It shifts them It awakens something, it activates something, right? And so that's what we want to be leaning into. And that's something that you can do right now. I do it through talking. I do it through teaching. I do it through writing. I do it through communicating spiritual concepts. Some of you may do it through food. Some of you may do it through joking, right? Some of you may do it through photography. Some of you may do it through compassion and love and whatever. All of us do it in some different kind of way, but this summer solstice energy is coming in to tell you that your fruit is ripe. Your fruit is ripe. The fruit that you bear is ripe right now because it's an internal thing. It's an internal thing. Matter in fact, this is so good. A lot of times, yes, we can look at the outside of the fruit to tell if it's ripe or not. Yes, we can look at the outside of the fruit to tell if it's ripe or not, but we really don't come to know it until we open it up, until we peel it, right? Until we pull back the layers. So when it comes down to us on our path, we have to stop looking at all of the external stuff to be a determining factor on if our fruit is ripe or if our purpose is potent and powerful. That's something we have to know inside of ourselves. It's a feeling, it's a knowing, it's an understanding. And we have to not talk ourselves out of that because we're in comparison. A lot of times when you're in comparison, you don't even get a real understanding and observation of who you are and what you're meant to do, right? You don't have that keen eyesight into yourself. All right. So, this summer solstice, one of the biggest secrets of for awakening the inner goddess and the inner God and that divine part of yourself, one of the biggest secrets is to be grounded in your connections, right? During the summer, we got the 4th of July, we got all of these summer holidays, right? I can't even tell you all of them because I don't be paying attention like that. It don't be at the top of my mind. Y'all know what they are. The reason why there's so much action and activity in the summer is because spiritually and energetically, we are meant to connect, right? We're meant to come together. We're meant to create love, harmony, balance with each other. But the number one way that we do that is through being in our purpose, being in our calling, being in our joy, being in our greatness. So, like one of the ways that we're doing this month, in July, actually, exactly 1 month from today, our family is going on a vacation. Our household and my immediate household, we're going on a vacation. We're all going to be staying at an Airbnb together, and that's the summer energy. And I'm so excited because one of my gifts is being able to bring people together in a very beautiful way. That's why you ladies need to be joining the class happening this Saturday. I'm going to drop the link right now. So this past weekend, me and my mother were on the phone and she was like, okay, girl, let's plan this vacation. So I'm all on Airbnb, VRBO, right? Vacation rental homes. I'm all on these things, finding the perfect house for 16 people. It's going to be 16 of us. Thank you, God. Thank you for my family. Thank you for that love. I'm all online, finding the perfect vacation house. I'm planning the whole itinerary, doing all of that stuff. That's the essence of summer. That's the essence of summer. Okay. And it does not have to be extreme. A lot of times, especially Black people, we feel like if you can't do it big, then you shouldn't do it at all. That's an illusion. That's an illusion. I mean, I get it. I get it. But the reality, and let me say this for the ladies. The reason why knowing your ripe fruit, knowing your purpose, and being stationed in that, being grounded in that, the reason why that is so important especially for the ladies, but really for everybody, is because when you are tuned into your purpose, to your passion, to your knowing, to your calling, that's when you experience exhilaration and ecstasy. Okay. Y'all be seeing me on these live streams sometimes. I just get hit with a wave of happy hormones, right? The serotonin, the dopamine, the oxytocin. These things literally rush over my body. It's literally a physiological thing. When we are in our purpose, we experience physiological shifts. I feel it. When I'm on these live streams, I feel the love coursing through my body. When I teach classes, I feel it moving through me. And I feel ecstasy. I feel exhilaration. I feel alive. I feel the enlightenment, literally. And we're all meant to experience that. Okay. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Jesus says this. Jesus says this in the Bible. I have come to serve, not to be served. And that's so good within itself. Jesus literally says in the Bible, I have come to serve, not to be served. And there has to be a happy balance between that. We have to understand that we are here to give back. We are here to honor. We are here to fulfill the needs of others, and understanding that when we give, understanding that when we serve, we are actually receiving. Okay. And so, ladies, this is important for your inner goddess, because understand that your purpose does not have to be connected per se to what you do. It's not always action oriented. It's not always go, 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 do, action, action, action. Sometimes it's just being a listening ear. Sometimes it's your empathy. Sometimes it's your compassion. Sometimes it's your love. Sometimes it's just a sense of safety and security for people. I know that's a big one for me. A big one, a big aspect of my purpose, especially when I'm talking to women and men that I serve and that I support. Sometimes it's just making people feel heard and understood. Sometimes I don't have to say much, right? Sometimes it's just drop a little nugget here, drop a little nugget there, and people just feel like I gave them something so great, but what I really just gave them was an open heart and a listening ear. And so, in this summer solstice energy today, I sent this out in an email. If you're not a part of my email list, you should be. Head over to DesireeTheCoach.com. There's going to be a pop up that happens. All you got to do is put your email address in there, and you will be a part of this healing community, right? The healing to wholeness community. You'll be a part of that, right? But I sent out the email this morning just telling people that today is a great day to ask yourself, how am I meant to shine my light? And I know in the spiritual community, and I don't even like saying that, but I know many teachers, speakers, healers, coaches, oracles. I know many people that you all deal with have said to you, shine your light, know your purpose, know your magic. Shout out to Miss Blue. She says, know your magic, right? I know many people have said that. And it's a real thing to really know and understand that. But what I want to pour into you is that you are already ripe fruit. It's not something that you have to find. It's not something that you have to um, seek per se. It's something that has to just be reawakened. It's already inside of you. It's just dormant. And you want to know how you find it? Let me tell y'all something so good. All of you have overcome something. All of you have triumphed from something. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to make a list of things that you've had to overcome, whether it's addiction, poverty, abandonment, abuse, rejection. I want you to make a list of all the things, or as many things as you can possibly think of, that you have had to triumph over, that you've had to overcome. Make a list of all the things that you've had to understand on a very intrinsic, intuitive, and internal level. Make a list of the things that you have a very divine, keen understanding of. And as you reflect on that list, as you look at that list, I want you to understand that all of those things are directly connected to your purpose. And this is something that I've had to do, right? When God gave me womb alchemy, which is a spiritual process for women to um, develop a higher mental perspective of themselves. It helps them to discover who they are. It helps them to release ancestral blockages, relationship blockages. It helps them to um, embrace the goddess within, the divine that dwells within. It helps them to remember their superpowers, right? When God gave me that spiritual process, I received it through what I'm telling you to do right now. Okay? I literally looked at things that I had to overcome. An abnormal pap smear, right? Overcoming toxic relationships, overcoming a deep abandonment wound that I had from my father, overcoming a controlling mother, overcoming feeling like I wasn't beautiful, like I wasn't worthy, like everything that I had overcome became a part of what I give back to others. So this is not something that we have to find. This is not something that we have to seek. We have to remember. So you make a list, no matter what it is. You make that list, and that's what you start to focus your attention on and give back. It's already intrinsic, it's already in you. You already have it, it's already there. Okay? If you overcame depression, that's something that people need to know about. That's a part of your light. That's a part of your right fruit. That's a part of your service. You don't have to exercise it, right? You don't have to do anything extra but remember what you've already done in your own life experience. If you've overcome loss, if you've overcome grief, right? You already know how to do it. You just got to think about how you did it. Reflect on your own life. And then as you discover those things, in your connecting with people, you drop those nuggets, you drop those gems, you drop those jewels onto people. And that sharing of your ripe fruit, okay? That sharing of your ripe fruit increases you, enlivens you, enlightens you, heals you. Okay? Is that making sense to y'all? Because I feel like what I'm sharing with you is maybe what you've always needed to hear. And I'll also say this: the things that you are working on today, right now, are also a part of that fruit, right? The work that you are doing right now is a part of that fruit. It may not be ripe yet, but that doesn't mean that some other fruit that you bear is not already ripe, is not already ready, right? There are things that you overcame 10, 20, 30 years ago. That fruit is ripe. For some of you, oh my God, for some of you, that fruit may be spoiled. because you've waited so long to share it. Okay? It's like that black ass banana that you should have been used in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? We get them bananas. Sometimes you receive them from the grocery store and they green. Quickly they turn yellow. Then after that, they start getting them black spots on it. Then after that, they become totally black and they just falling apart. They're just falling apart because you've held on to that fruit for so damn long. But even when your fruit or when that banana gets to that point to where it's about to go, like the gnats are calling, okay? Like Shakila just said, banana bread time. Absolutely. With them bananas, they on their way out. Peel them things, mash them up, make you some banana pancakes, make you some banana nut bread, make you some banana muffins. I know that's what I do. When they on their last leg, it's like if I don't use this today, they gone. Understand that happens with our purpose and our passion too. It happens in our magic too, where spirit is like, y'all have heard the words, use it before you lose it. Use it before you lose it. Okay? And so, wow, what a blessing it is to know that there is some fruit that dwells inside of you that is ready for consumption. And it's not ready for your consumption, it's ready for the consumption of others. Other people are needing to consume the fruit that is you. And that's what this summer solstice energy is all about. Okay? It's you being grounded. And you know what? Fruit is I heard a guy say this. I think his name is like Eris Lathan or Lathan Eris. He's on YouTube. He's like a raw vegan guy. And he talks about sun cooked fruit, and he's raw vegan, so he doesn't cook his food because he says the food is already cooked by the sun. The food is already cooked by the sun. And so the food that that is being cooked by you, right? It's already ready. But you know what you need? You need that solar plexus energy. You need the sun energy that dwells at the solar plexus, which means you have to develop your self-confidence. You have to develop your self-discipline. You have to develop your will power. And you have to expand your capacity to show up in a powerful way. All right? It's already prepared, right? You got the sun inside of you. The sun is inside of you. Christ dwells inside of you. All right? Right at that solar plexus area. But you got to operate that. Okay, you got to operate that and you got to be grounded in that. And that's where this card, be gentle with yourself, that's where it comes back up. Okay, that's where it comes back up. As you are discovering how you express or how you share your ripe fruit, you got to be gentle with yourself because it's going to change over and over and over again. You know, one day you may be speaking, the next day you may be writing, the next day you may be doing something else. But at the end of the day, the fruit is still ripe. Okay, the fruit is still ripe. And that's the secret of the summer solstice. The secret of the summer solstice is letting you know that you are ready and prepared right now to live in purpose and on purpose. It's right now in this moment. You don't have to wait for something grand to happen. You are the one, right? You are the one. Be courageous, be bold. Be bold in it. Stop feeling like you got to do something else. You don't have to do anything else, but reflect on what you've overcome. But reflect on how you've grown. Some of you have such amazing stories. Some of you have such powerful, revolutionary revelations that you are meant to share. And understand that this sharing is how you build your connections. Okay? Give me some questions about this summer solstice energy. I would love to talk more with y'all on today. Let's see what some of y'all are talking about. Let's see what some of y'all are talking about. Divine Bliss says, I have been hearing vortex when it comes to vibrational family and friends. Yeah, it's all in the vortex already, meaning it's already in your space, it's already in your sphere. Um, every person that you are meant to serve and every person that is meant to serve you is already present. They're already there. Okay. So we don't have to feel like um, we got to seek and search for these people. Um, just open yourself up to it. I like to think of the vortex as also the heart, right? There is this there's this saying that wherever a man's heart, so is his treasure. Wherever his heart is, so is his treasure. And so we just have to keep our hearts primed and focused and open on that which we desire and who we know we are. C. Dig says, courage is needed to go forth and manifest. Courage is my key focus these days. Absolutely. And and courage is absolutely a part of that solar plexus sun energy, because we literally have to move courageously and bravely towards what we desire, right? And listen, the desires of our heart has to be in the will of God, to be in the will of the divine. That's the ultimate desire, the ultimate goal, the ultimate marker of success, right? The ultimate marker of success is the fulfilling of that divine will, right? That's what it is. And so, courage has to come from the heart. So we start in the solar plexus of confidence, but when we rise up into our hearts, courage becomes our driving force because we are fulfilling what is in the heart. Okay? We are fulfilling what is in our heart through courage. I love that. I love that. Let's see. Some of y'all are saying some very beautiful things. Jenny says, being gentle with myself is a big thing for me this year. Girl, you and me both. You and me both. You know, we have to care for ourselves the same way we care for a newborn baby, the same way we care for a small child, right? Well, we nurture them, we love them, we're gentle with them because we understand that they are impressionable. We understand that you know what I think is so beautiful is that when babies are born, we just instantly love them. Though they can't do nothing but cry, scream, yell, and then after a few weeks, they give us a little bit of a smile. But they are totally dependent on us, and yet we love them so deeply. So why, when it comes to ourselves, we limit our self-love and we limit the love that we give to others to what it is we do and how well we do it? Why is it that we have to be validated by external markers in order for us to feel loved, in order for us to feel worthy, in order for us to feel good about who we are? But a newborn baby, we love them unconditionally, though they can't do anything. So that forces us to reflect on why we've been conditional in our self-love. And that's something that has to change. Okay, that's something that has to transform. Minnie Lou Design says, I always feel like when the student is ready to learn, the teacher will appear when it comes to sharing my experiences in fruit. Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes we have to not discount ourselves, okay? Because sometimes people are asking for our fruit, but they're not asking explicitly, right? Sometimes people are needing our fruit, but they're not saying, hey, Desiree, can you tell me how to do this? Can you tell me how to do that? It may not be so obvious that they're asking. So, what it is that we have to do is we have to open ourselves up to be able to hear the ask in the most subtle ways, you know? So, for example, a lot of people always call me to ask about their relationships, right? But they don't ask explicitly, like, here's a great example of it not being so obvious what a person needs. My older brother, 4 years older than me, but I'm still like the oldest, really, like energetically and spiritually speaking. I'm the oldest just because of who I am and how I'm designed. But he'll call me sometimes and he'll be like, man, the da 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 da. He'll start talking about his relationship, right? He'll just start talking about it. I know in that moment he's asking me for validation or he's asking me for approval, though he won't explicitly say it. For the simple fact that he called me to start talking about relationships lets me know that he wants feedback from me if he's doing the right thing or the wrong thing, or if his partner is doing the right thing or the wrong thing. He wants my opinion on it, though he isn't explicitly saying, hey, D, what you think about this? Okay. So that's kind of how things are in life, right? I have a lady that I coach. We've done some coaching together, right? She's done like 6 weeks of one-on-one coaching with me. And she's a manager at her job. And she says a lot of times people that are kind of under her as far as the scale of employees go, they come to her and they'll just start talking about their life. They'll just start talking about, yeah, well, my son did this and my daughter got this going on and da 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 da. And I told her, they are wanting your energy, they're wanting your feedback, they're wanting your insight. They're not coming up to you and saying, hey, I'm dealing with this in my personal life. What do you think? Can you tell me what I should do? They aren't necessarily coming out and saying explicitly what they want, but just through them opening up to you, they're asking you for something. So we got to pay attention to that. We got to pay attention to the signs and the symbols uh, of how people are asking us for our support, even though it may not be obvious. Lindsay says, in traditional Chinese medicine, summer is the season of the heart. Absolutely. Our purpose flows from our heart. Our purpose and our soul mission, it flows from the solar plexus and the heart. The solar plexus is us having the will, it's us having the discipline, it's us having the confidence to show up in that magic. The heart holds the wisdom of our experience. The heart knows what the mind cannot conceive. Okay? So that's a beautiful, beautiful revelation. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday. Oh, wow. I love that. I love that. So the class is going to be perfect for you for your birthday. Yes, yes, yes. The true mind is in the heart. I absolutely agree with that. Let's see what Jenny says here. As we grow older, we forgot that we are just as precious as the babies and let expectation from the outside world make us forget that we will always need to treat ourselves sweetly. 100% truth. 100% truth. We definitely have to remember that. I am infinite being says, me being a projector, I have to wait for people to come to me for guidance on their relationships. Now I realize I have to tap into my cooking gift until people come to me for guidance on relationships. Yeah, you know what? That's true. But let me tell you, as a fellow projector, what we're talking about for people who don't know is human design. What we're talking about is human design, right? Like I just said, I am infinite being. Um, Sometimes people are asking and it's not obvious, right? Sometimes it's a certain comment that people may make that is the ask. And I've had to learn that because I'm a projector as well, right? And sometimes I think, first of all, I want to say, let's not get too caught up on any of these things, projector or Libra or, you know, uh, labels, titles, because we are much more than that, right? You're more than just a projector, right? You're more than a Virgo. You're more than an Aquarius. You're really all of these things. And that's the true essence of life. The true essence of life is coming back into the wisdom and insight that you are the all, right? And that you don't have to be fragmented into one zodiac or into one human design state of being. So though you are a projector, if you're always waiting, sometimes you're missing opportunities. And I know this from my own experience, right? I know this from my own experience, but I've had to learn that people are asking things of me and it's not obvious as to, Desiree, what you think about this? Desiree, can you help me with this? Desiree, this, Desiree, that. No. Like I said, sometimes it's just a spark of conversation. I remember when I was working as a high school teacher and coach, right? And my I was restricting myself or limiting my power because I was waiting on people to explicitly say, give me your opinion on this or what you think I should do about this. So I was waiting. And I remember when my coworkers, they would just randomly, man, why my girlfriend did this yesterday? Man, this would happen in that basketball game or in that volleyball game. Man, why that student doing all of that, right? So literally in random conversations, they're asking me to reflect to them or project to them what I think could make a situation better. So I had a coworker, JoJo, she's a woman. She had a girlfriend at that time. And she would just come and start telling me, and you know that this be happening at your job, where people would just start talking about what happened in the night before, what happened on the weekend. Man, this weekend was crazy. Why me and so got into an argument and she did this and da 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 da. And in those moments, I get to share how I perceive what is being communicated, how I perceive what you're saying to me, and how I feel through my inner wisdom and insight, how I feel we grow from that, how I feel you could make that situation better. So I want all of y'all to understand this, no matter where you are in your life, the door for you to share your fruit is always open, but you can't overthink it. Right? Don't overthink it. And then also understand that your fruit may come in the form of silence. It may come in the form of just listening, right? It may come in the form of action. It may come in the form of words, speaking, sharing something. But no matter what, we don't want to always be in the place of waiting. I know I couldn't. No, none of y'all asked me, explicitly, D-Ray, what does the summer solstice mean? D-Ray, what is the spiritual meaning of summer? No. But I know cosmically and collectively that this is happening and people have questions about what this energy is. And I feel that a part of my fruit and a part of my duty is to share my revelation of it. Okay? So that's that. One more time, ladies. We are having class Awakening Divine Feminine Energy for Sacred Love and Abundance. That is happening this Saturday, June 22nd, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. For those of you who are in Pacific Time, it's not too early. 9 a.m. is not too early, so you are able to join. We're going to do that right after the book club on Saturday. So I dropped the link again for those of you to join. Happy summer solstice. Know that your fruit is ripe and ready. Don't hold on to your wisdom, your insight for too long, okay? Because if you hold on to it too long, it becomes like that black banana that it may spoil. It may spoil and you can't consume it. And the people that are meant to consume it and receive that fully developed fruit, they can't because you've held on to it for too long. So there's something ripe and ready inside of you right now. All you have to do is go within and expand it. Accept the love that is available to you, even though it may look different than what you are used to. Okay? We're reconciling the past. We're making peace with the past this summer. And we are settling into ourselves confidently, powerfully. And through that settling, we get to connect with people on a divine, sacred soul level. All right. That's the summer solstice energy, y'all. I hope it resonates with you. put it to work, put it to use, and watch how you experience just ecstasy and exhilaration. All right. We'll be talking soon. Patreon family, what's coming up next? What do we have next? I guess I'll just see y'all on Saturday. Peace and love, and we'll talk soon. Peace.